Hello and welcome to the Energetics of Business podcast, where we bridge the gap between the woo-woo and the tech. My name is Michelle Douglas and I'm an energetic alignment expert helping entrepreneurs to tap into their inner power and create a business that flows with ease and authenticity. In each episode, we'll dive into the strategies that blend soulful alignment with practical business know-how. Now, let's dive in and align your business from the inside out. Hello, I'm Michelle Douglas from energeticsofbusinesshub.com, and we are going to delve into how you can make yourself more visible to your prospective clients. You've probably poured your heart and soul into creating something amazing, whether that be your product, your service, your unique offering of some sort, but instead of flying off the shelves, they're gathering dust and you're hearing crickets instead of I want to buy now. And you're not alone. Many entrepreneurs feel stuck in the same place and they're wondering why their work isn't attracting the clients that they dream of serving. And I just want you to know right now that it's not your product that's the issue. It's how and if people see it. So let's get into some simple practical steps that you can take right now to make your offerings irresistibly attractive to your ideal clients. So number one, your energetic vibe matters more than your actual product, because people are not buying your product or service. They're actually buying you. And I've talked about this before, where you could have two people presenting the exact same presentation with the exact same set of slides, for example, and some people will hate one of them but like the other, and then like the other but hate the other. You know, it's you they're buying, not the actual product or service necessarily. Now, how you are uniquely you is important, and your energy, your authenticity are the secret sauce that makes you stand out and your offer stand out more. If you're trying to be someone you're not, you need to stop that right now, because people can smell inauthenticity a mile away. It's really good to be real with your audience so that they can see who the real you is. So show up as you, share your story, your quirks, and even your mishaps. The right people will love you for it. So you just put yourself out as the real you. Number two is to focus on the benefits of your offering, not necessarily the features. So while the features do come into play, people want to know how they're going to benefit from buying your product or service. And this is where a lot of entrepreneurs get tripped up. They've got these amazing features that they're offering. But here's the thing, people don't buy features. They buy the transformation. They buy the solution to their problems. So for example, instead of saying, hey, this program has 5 live calls, you can say, you will walk away with crystal clear clarity and a practical action plan after every call. And always ask yourself, how does this help my client? So that's a really big one, actually. So number 3 is to stop scrolling and actually start posting that content. When you're scrolling and looking at other people's content, you do tend to fall into that comparison trap, which is never going to get you anywhere positive or anywhere good. So the best way to attract clients is to start being consistent with your content, and if they don't know where to find you, they can't come to you. So you need to make sure you are being visible by putting your stuff out there. And that can be scary, but it's got to happen. And the content doesn't have to be perfect. Just make sure it's authentic and consistent. And imperfect action actually is better than no action at all. So it's about getting yourself out there on a regular basis so that people start to notice that you actually exist. Number 4 is to tell everyone what you do, whether that be your friends, your family, the checkout operator at the supermarket. It doesn't matter, because you just never know who they know who might need your product or service, and they'll happen to mention that to them and they'll remember that conversation they had with you. And yeah, it can feel awkward at first, especially for those in the woo-woo space, because we may have some energetic baggage we're carrying around, letting ourselves become visible, but that's okay. You've got to do it. We're not going to be burnt at the stake for doing what we do, okay? So start small. Watch how the universe starts sending you the right people over time. Number 5 is to make your offer nice and pretty and shiny and sparkly and useful. So it doesn't mean it's superficial, it means it's appealing. So your offering could solve a problem or fulfill a desire that your ideal client has. And it's all about showing them the transformation that they will experience by buying or using your product or service, whatever that may be. So package it in a way so that it's easy to understand and hard to resist. So just make sure that your messaging is clear and enticing so that you can draw in those people who can't resist what you're saying. Number 6 is to join the right communities. Your ideal clients are already out there somewhere waiting to find you. And this is something I said to a client yesterday, where I was saying that before we all incarnated, we would have made agreements with a whole bunch of other souls that we were going to help them in this lifetime. But how can they be helped by you if they don't know you exist, right? So one of the best ways to meet them is to join them online or in offline communities as well, where they may hang out. So that could be a Facebook group, it could be a workshop, a networking event, that sort of thing. And when you show up, make sure you do so and offer value. You've just got to remember that you don't go in there with this whole buy my stuff vibe, because you'll get kicked out of the group pretty quick, or people will just be like, no, we don't want to know this person. So instead, focus on building the relationships, showcase your expertise, or even offer the help or advice that demonstrates your knowledge in that area that will potentially inspire them to buy from you in the future. Another thing with that as well is that people will naturally gravitate towards you because they see the value that you bring. So that's really cool. Number 7 is to share freebies that highlight what you do or your genius or your expertise. And offering something valuable for free is a great way to build trust and attract potential clients. And I don't know if I've actually mentioned lead magnets. So a lead magnet is basically a free offering that you put out there, and they can have that for free in return for them giving you their name and email address. The beauty of having their email address is that you now have them added to your database, which is going to become one of your most valuable assets of your business. One thing I will advise is to avoid offering one-to-one free sessions. The biggest reason is because they take up so much of your time, and people who take free sessions often don't turn into paying clients. So there's no real point in doing that. Number 8 is consistency. If you're only posting or sharing your work once in a blue moon, you can't expect consistent results. Because here's the thing. People who buy from you need to know you, like you, and trust you enough to give you their money. If you're not out there, they don't get to know you. If you're not posting consistently, they won't know if they like you. And if you're not offering value, they won't know if they trust you enough to hand over their money. Now, if you think about it like a pot plant, if you only water it once in a blue moon and expect it to thrive, you've got another thing coming. So your visibility works the same way. You've got to nurture that process and be as consistent as possible. I suggest posting at least 3 times a week if you can, more if you can, but 3 times a week is usually a good number to start with. Number 9 is to maintain a vibrational frequency that matches the success that you wish to achieve. So if you ever scroll through social media and feel like you're not doing enough because of what someone else is posting, you can tend to beat yourself up and do that comparison thing, or you might be just seeing a lot of negative stuff on there. I suggest you unfollow anything that triggers you or brings you down energetically, because the whole idea of creating success is around maintaining that positive vibe. So if you do want to follow people, or, if we're talking social media, you follow accounts that inspire and uplift you. So yeah, protecting your energy is really, really important when you're building your business. Number 10 is visibility. The powerhouses in whatever field you're in aren't the ones stealing your clients, and the universe isn't punishing you. Like, if your clients aren't showing up, it's because you're not visible enough. You're not putting yourself out there in front of those people often enough. You might have a unique gift to share, but if you're hiding, no one can find you. So it's really, really important to get that content out there on a regular basis. And you've got to stay consistent. Trust that your dream clients are on the way. And like I said before, at least 3 times a week, get your content out there across as many channels as you think is necessary. There are ways to simplify the process, whether it be different software programs, that sort of thing. So I am in the process of creating a content creation course at the moment, which will help you to simplify the process, come up with ideas, get some templates to start working from, that sort of thing, just to make it easier for you. And another thing too is energetically, if you're not in vibrational alignment with having success, you can't have it. It's just not going to happen. So if you want to clear some of those limiting beliefs that might be holding you back, check out the Aligned Abundance Breakthrough Program. And that's at energeticsofbusinesshub.com. Go to the Work With Me section and you will see the Aligned Abundance Breakthrough there as an option. And I look forward to working with you. But yeah, get that content out there and we will chat soon.